get affected by that, and I was one of them as I was the intern. Many of the interns got affected due to that process. Um, so they didn't offer me the full time over there. After that, it was a really shock actually, as they informed me at the last day of my internship over there. After that, uh, it was I had to get a job actually, because after internship, I would be continuing over there, but it was not possible because they laid me off. So I started searching for a job actually. At the start, I didn't focus on anything else. I just started applying for the jobs, and you know, uh, I used to get only single email, that is, thanks for applying, and nothing else actually. So it slightly demotivated me actually. I mean, I was not getting any other replies from the companies actually. So uh, I s- it affected me a lot. I mean, whatever the phase that I went through. So as I was mostly interested in data science and this field actually, so I started digging through, and I came across Newton School, which was really helpful for me. It's been 2 months since I have started the course at Newton School, and it's really well till now, and it will go on the same way, I guess. Yeah,
All right.
that was my journey till now actually. And Newton School has offered me so much actually. I mean, uh, they made me believe that you can come come again, and it's not that tough to get a job. And nowadays it's the market is still down actually. I mean, uh, there are not much openings for interns. I mean, even if there are the experienced ones are not, slightly tough to get a job nowadays, and I mean, for the freshers it's quite difficult. So Newton School is helping me through that journey for now.
All right. Great. So, Varun, now that we know a little bit about you, so can you just tell us more about your college life? How was it like? And what subject did you graduate into? And what were your initial interests, right? And how did it help you in your career? So, can you just share us some of your favorite moments and experiences from your college time and more about your graduation
Sure.
side?
Yeah. College, I mean, I mean, as an engineer you enjoy a lot, that's for sure. College life was really great actually. I mean, when I was 11th and 12th, I prepared for IIT and all these things, which was really boring. Those 2 years I just spent on studying itself. So when I got into JSS, that is in Mysore, it was really nice. I met a lot of new friends. I studied a lot. I mean, I came across a lot of new things actually. I mean, this AI revolution was there at the same period. We came across ChatGPT and all these things. I gone through that a lot. I mean, these things made me more interesting in this field. Actually, I wanted to become a data scientist from the start, but as I was placed in the campus placements as a intern in some company, um, I couldn't. I mean, I thought I could, as I got a job over here, I will just continue for a year or two, and then uh, do my master's in data science or any AI field that I am interested in, and then go through that field. But unfortunately, I was laid off, and I just thought now would be the perfect moment to switch into this field, because I mean, getting into the field of data science is I mean, there are a lot of job opportunities over here. I mean, uh, if you take for example, like analysts, I mean, analysts, maybe data analyst, business analyst, you can be a data scientist, database administrator, what not all. I mean, there are many things, many opportunities that will be waiting for you. So I mean,
Right.
as I was even interested in this, so I moved towards this field actually.
Great. So, Varun, now that you told, how was your early college life and how did you develop an interest towards, data science? As you said, you always had a knack for data science, right? So I suppose so many of our audience who is right now, watching this live is also interested in data science equally, right? So for everyone who's
Yes.
watching the live, we'll be taking up all your questions towards the end of the live. So please stay tuned and ask whatever questions you have, and Varun will be addressing each one of it towards the end of this live. And if you also have an interest towards data science, you can just open the description box, and we already have a link in our description, and you can just sign up from there, and our counselors will just connect with you and solve all your doubts regarding the same. So please start shooting up your questions, and we'll address each one of it towards the end of our life. Okay. So yeah, Varun. So getting back to the topic. So now that you shared, you were doing an internship in, I suppose, Java development. So
Yes.
can you just share more about the same, that since you have a background in Java development, right? So how did this interest start, and how did it influence your career choice? Because as you mentioned, you got laid off after that, right? So how did you
Mhm.
get into Java development, and how did you take up this internship? So what was the reason behind the same?
Yeah, I got this offer through campus itself. I was placed in the college. Um, I mean, I didn't know. I did not work only on the Java development over there. I also worked on the installers. I mean, uh, over there I was working on a product. It was a product based company. Uh, we
Okay.
were providing the service for it also. So. As I was placed through the campus itself, I had a choice actually, but it was a rush. It was a rush choice. Uh, I didn't think about it a lot. So when I got into it, I thought let me just continue in it, and I can switch whenever I want. That was my thought before getting into this. So um, that's the way I got
Okay.
into this actually. Yes.
Okay, great. So, you also talked about the laying off thing as well, right? So, can you just
Mhm.
share more about the same, that firstly, before we go on to that, I can you just tell us more about what was your job there, and what all did you learn from that experience?
Yeah, it was a lot I learned from there because I mean, when we are at college, we do many projects on whatever we are interested in, all these things, right? Uh, Even then, we are we just have learned theory over there. I mean, when we get into practicals, right? I mean, there is a lot that we all not know about. I mean, the cloud computing and about Linux, GitHub, Jenkins, and whatnot. I mean, there are many things that we would have heard about, but we would have know also the very basic theory about that. But when we get into a company, right, we should all have a basic knowledge about all these things that I have mentioned. I mean, uh, because GitHub is a very basic tool that everyone uses. I mean, nowadays in uh, companies as well. So you have to know about all these things. I mean, cloud computing has also been a very common thing. I mean, there might be a specific jobs for all these things, but even then, a basic knowledge should be there. I mean, when I got into that internship, I learned all these things actually. I mean, how the cloud works. I mean, I had a basic knowledge. Even then,
Yeah.
how the virtual computer works and all these things. There are many things that I have learned over there. I mean, I was working on a product called Identity Manager over there. I mean, in a company, there will be a lot of people. I mean, we have to manage their identities and give the accesses based on their roles. And all these things. It was the project that I was working on over there. Yeah,
Great,
that's it.
great,
I mean, I
amazing.
also worked on installers.
Oh,
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
So, Varun, losing a job can be tough, right? So, can you just tell
Hmm.
us more about the same, that how did this happen, and what was the reason for the same, and how did it personally affect you?
Yeah. As I told, the company that I was placed in was going through a merger and acquisition process. I mean, it was getting
Oh,
acquired by another company. So, uh, the most of the interns, the company that I was placed in were laid off actually. Many of the employees also got affected due to this. I mean, we have to be ready at any point of time. I got to know about that at that point because I was really have no experience in the field of IT actually. I'm a fresher. Have just graduated and got into company, and after my internship, I have got laid off. I really had no idea that it could happen like that.
Yeah,
I have learned so many things. We have to be prepared that whatever that comes, we have to be prepared for that, and we should not. We should focus on the skills, not on the company that we are placed into. We have to focus on the skills at any point of time. It's not like we got a job and we are doing what are all the work that is given. We should try to upskill ourselves every day. That's the mm mandatory thing if we have to survive in this field actually. So
true.
there are many things that I have learned due to that. Yeah.
Amazing, great. So, can you just tell us that after this happened, right?
Mhm.
What motivated you to, come out of it, and what helped you get back on your feet and overcome this challenge? Of course, it can be, a little disturbing and it can be demotivating, but what helped you, stay positive throughout this time?
Yeah, when I got laid off, right, I wanted to just clear my mind actually. I was like completely depressed. They informed me at the last day of my internship, not even slightly before, so that I can be prepared and all. It was a very last moment. So, I was depressed. I was very sad due to that. I got angry and all these things. I just waited for a month actually. I visited some places. I travel. I have traveled for a month and all these things. After a month, I just started to apply for a job and all. I had to just clear my mind before doing something else. Before taking a decision, I had to clear my mind. So uh, yeah, that's what I have done. And
Okay.
yes, yes, that's it.
Yeah. So, of course, it's very tough situation for people to just, come out of it because it affects you
Mhm.
mentally and, professionally also, and then again, personally also, right? But then
Yes, yes.
after this, what sparked your interest in data science? That how did you decide that this is what, what I want to do? And was there a particular moment or an influence that introduced you to it? What made you, shift your career line, suddenly? What was that reason?
Yeah. Yes. Even from the starting days of my college, I was really into this AI thing, machine learning thing, and all these things. I had done many projects on this as well. Even the major project that I had done during my college days was related to CNN, that is convolution neural networks, and all these things. So I had a very great interest in it. So I just wanted to switch in this field now itself. I got a closure over there. That gave me a sign, something like a sign to switch into this field, so that again, if I continue in that thing based on that experience, that was not a point actually. I thought switching to data science, and I also came across some really interesting projects that I was working on too, that triggered me, to come to this now itself. It was not too late. So I thought
Yeah.
getting into this field was a good choice actually.
Understood. Great. So, how did you come to know about Newton School after that, and what actually motivated you to enroll in our program? What was that specific reason
Yeah.
to, choose Newton School?
I, yes, when I actually came across Newton School through Instagram actually. So
Oh,
when yeah, yeah, when I was going through the course, what are all the things that they are offering? It was offering me live classes, mentoring sessions. They were also offering me the projects for each and every modules, doubt sessions. Everything was offered, so I had to confirm it once. So uh, I took so many sessions with Suraj, who works at Newton School. I mean, I talked to him. I talked to him a lot actually about what are all the things that are
Oh, your
offered.
counselor.
Uh, yeah, a counselor.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, what are all the things that they are offering, and I also talked to him about the placement. I mean, you
opportunity.
guys help us in the placements, right?
Yeah.
So also talk to him about that, so that I had needed some help over there, because I started applying after 1 month after my internship was completed. But
Yeah.
even for 1.5 month, I was applying for various roles. I couldn't get into any of those things, so I needed some help over there. So I asked him about what are all the things that they are offering. I mean, uh, after he had told, and my experience after 2 months, it's really nice, because uh, there are live classes for alternate days. And for 2 months, you guys have covered two modules, that is Excel and Power BI, which was completely new to me. I had really know about. I mean, I had heard of Excel, because used to store data and all these things. That's it. I had no idea. I mean, it's this vast. So I came across this, and I have learned so many things. I mean, it was completely new to me. As so, uh, I mean, there are many assignments that Newton School has provided, and even the projects that they had provided. As Excel module is completed in the first month, Excel module was going on. As it got completed, we were offered um, a project on real-time data. Actually, I mean, Zomato data set. It was really nice. I mean, uh, I tried a lot. I mean, I was stuck in between actually. I took help of the mentor, Pawan. He helped me over there. I also presented it in one of the sessions, which was
Oh,
held. Yeah, it helped me a lot. I mean, uh, I was completely new to this, so I have learned a lot.
great,
That's about
great, great. Amazing. So now that you mentioned, you have already, done a lot of things in, a very short span of time, right? You're learning so many things. So since you've been with Newton School for almost 2 months now, right? How would you describe your journey so far? Like, according to you, what has been the most, significant milestones or the challenges that you have faced? So what can you, how can you define those?
Yeah, significant milestone. I can tell you that's the project, because it was really interesting. I mean, uh, as you can see, I mean, it was a real time project, so it impacted me a lot. I have learned, if I mean, I have learned half of the things which I have learned till now in the project itself, because I came through lot of problems over there. I mean, many problems harassed me over there. I mean. I was working on the Zomato dataset. Uh, there were many questions asked in it actually. I mean, to get the insights from the data of about the restaurants, the number of restaurants in each city, each country, and what are all the restaurants that can be a competitor for you. I mean, I will not
Oh,
get into technical details of it, but there were many problems that I came through actually. Uh,
oh,
I mean, due to which I have learned a lot. I mean, if I had just gone through the course and the learnings, right, I would not have came across all these problems, and I would have not fought to get the answers for it. So projects helped me a lot. That was the major thing that I can say helped me in this journey.
amazing, amazing. So, of course, project being a data scientist student, is a very integral part, right? And
Hmm.
this is something that helps you while you're studying, and also to always help you when you are, going out in your career and, you're
Yes,
approaching
yes.
companies and, you're going through the placements, right? Because this is something that they
Mhm.
often look at, right, while hiring or recruiting.
Yes.
So that's very, that's great to hear. So now that we are talking about the topics and Excel, as you mentioned that Excel and Power BI and SQL, these were some things that you were familiar with, but you didn't have a gist of it, right? So now that
No. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I was not familiar with Excel and Power BI actually. SQL and Python, I was familiar with it. I have an idea about it, but Excel and Power BI was a completely new thing to me.
Okay. So, my question in that case is, now that it has been 2 months, how confident do you think you have become in these two subjects, and how has your proficiency increased in the same, right? Of course,
Yes.
when you're studying these things, you have to learn from the base, right? So how would
Mhm.
you tell your proficiency in these of the topics?
Yeah, I mean, I've become really good at it actually, because after the classes and all these things, right? After Excel, project helped me for the other 50% to get confidence for me. So it was really well, because as even the assignments were provided for me before providing project, even the assignments were provided, and Newton School has also have arena questions, which really helped me. I mean, there were various different types of questions. It has also a portal kind of thing, in which we can solve these questions and get to know if it is right or not, and all these things. And it has also introduced many AI tools in which uh, we can. I mean, it helps us a lot. I mean, it was really great actually.
Amazing, amazing. So, of course, talking about assignments or subjects or, all of these things like test and everything, uh, I think mentorship is one of the most important aspects of learning something,
Yes,
right?
yes. Mhm.
So can you just tell us a bit more about, how was the mentoring aspect of the program? How did it help you in understanding the concepts of data science? Because I think while we are a student, be it in school or be it in college, mentorship is something that all of us require, right? When we are learning something new or something challenging, right? And of course, data science is a field where you, of course, need guidance. So can you just tell us a bit more about the mentorship of Newton School that it provided you?
Yes, yes, sure. Um, about mentorship, right? Newton School has provided with a very good community. I mean, even though if we have a very small doubt, we can clear it up with the community that we have actually. We can pass on the doubts. Even the students may help in it, or the mentors can also help in that. uh, if we have a very major doubt, we can even book a TA session and
Oh,
doubt solving session, in which we have to provide it with the topic that we are facing difficulty in, or else even the question that we came across, and we are facing the difficulty. I mean, I mean, when we are in college, right, we solve things by asking friends or teachers and all these things. I mean, that same thing has Newton School has provided it in an online platform. I mean, we can ask our friends and even the mentors by booking a session. It was really nice. I mean, even I came across many of the doubts and booked a doubt solving session and cleared it up actually. It was
amazing,
really
amazing.
helpful.
Great. So, you were talking about TA sessions and doubt solving sessions, right? So, can you just tell us a bit more about how these doubt solving sessions used to work and how these TA sessions used to work? Did you just have to book the sessions and you can just shoot up your questions and ask it and they'll just clear it up? And how was it exactly? Like, and how do you think it helped you personally while, learning the concepts?
Yeah, I mean, when we go through the classes, right? I mean, after the classes, we might be lagging behind, or facing some issues in some of the topics actually. So we can book a TA session or a doubt solving session, and specify the question or the topic that we are facing difficulty in. Then we will be assigned with a slot, so that in that time, mentor will come to us on a one-on-one session and help us with the doubts that we are facing through. Yeah, I mean,
Amazing,
that's the
amazing.
process. Yeah.
Great. So, I suppose you were talking about, you had a really great community of, people around you and also the friends that, you were solving the questions together. So, how will you describe, how has the community and friendships that you formed at Newton School contributed to your learning experience? Because I think even in school and in colleges, the community or, the environment you are learning something in is very important, right? So how would
Yes,
you
yes.
describe that aspect of the learning data science at Newton School?
Yeah. Hmm. As I told, if we have any doubts, right? First, we prefer to solve it with our friends. Actually, I mean, it will be more good for us. I mean, talking to friends, it will be more easy for us. So they have made a nice community for us, so that we can talk to our friends, or we can develop a network as well, because uh, building a network is also really important in this field actually. So uh, I have made many new friends who came from many different various backgrounds actually, to this field. I talk to them. I mean, what are all they have done till now? What are all that they want to do with this course? I mean, how is it helping them? I've also talked them on the phone also,
Oh,
which helped me actually, because you know uh, there are many person. Everyone has their own story. Knowing about it, right? It will help you some way or the other way.
right.
And we have a Slack community as well, a WhatsApp community. We have
Oh,
both. And even on the Newton School website, we can there's a session called doubt forum, in which we can post our doubts, and anyone of us can solve that actually. Yeah,
amazing.
it's really nice actually. Yes.
Great, great, great. So, now that you were talking about building community and having friends, so of course this is something that is very important for our personal growth as well as the professional growth, right? But a lot of learning also happens outside the classroom, right? That is your own personal time where you dedicate your time in self learning and learning concepts on your own and revising it, right? So can you just tell
Yes.
us how important is the role of self learning in your journey, and how do you balance it with your life classes? Because of course you'd be learning concepts outside, right? Practicing it,
Mhm.
revising it. So how do you manage the same, like with the life classes and everything?
Okay, let me tell you about my day. I mean, what will be my routine actually.
Sure.
That will cover this all these things.
Yeah.
I mean, first off of my day, I will actually help my father with his business, and second half of the day, I will work on myself. That is, I will dedicate the time for self learning and as well as the classes. And what are all the assignments that they have provided, I will just try to solve them. If there are any doubts, I will just post it on the Newton School website, or will just book a doubt session so that I can clear it up. This is how my day goes actually. So I guess that covered it all.
Yeah. So although it can be a little hectic, but you do manage it well, right?
Yeah,
Because
I will manage.
self learning is very important.
Yes, yes, yes.
Great,
I mean,
great, great.
just hearing to the classes won't help actually. I mean, self
Yeah.
learn is the main aspect in whatever you're learning.
Amazing, amazing. So now that we know, we covered about the self-learning and the mentorship aspect and all of these things, right? So you were talking about that projects are a very crucial part of learning, right? When you're learning data science. So can you just tell us more about the kind of projects that you have worked upon, and what did you learn from them, and how confident do you feel about these skills that you have learned after doing these projects, and how do you think it's going to impact you in the future as well?
Mhm. Yes. I mean, projects help a lot. As you told, I mean, not only in getting to know about the concept really well, it also helps us to build our resume as well.
Yeah.
Because working on a real life project, like it was offered in Excel module, it helped me a lot. I mean, not only to get to know the concepts, it will also help me to build my resume. And you know doing projects also builds you the confidence in the concepts that you have gone through. I mean, it will boost your confidence in it. Now you can say that, I mean, after doing my project, I'm really confident in Excel module actually. I mean, uh, I can do whatever the things that I come across Excel from now on. And now I'm doing a project on Power BI actually. I am facing some difficulties, but I'm making it through. I'm learning and going through the previous lectures and all the assignments that I have did, and trying to do the project in a
Great.
very different sense. Yeah.
Great. So, you worked on few projects on Zomato and IMDb, right? What were they exactly like? What did you exactly work upon, and what kind of problems did you solve in those projects?
Yeah. I mean, uh, Excel project was all about getting the insights of what are all the data present. I mean, even though the data will be structured in the SQL, we need to visualize it to understand the data. What are all it has in it? I mean, when it comes to Zomato restaurants data, I mean, what are all the number of restaurants that they are present, and what are all the countries in which the restaurants are there, and what are all the cities in which the uh, restaurants are present, and what are the ratings that they have, and if you want to start some restaurants, what are all the cities that could be really nice, and what are all the cuisines that you should look into to know about which are all the cities that you want to plant new restaurants in. There are many things, many insights that you can get from a data actually. Uh, those are all the things that I have did in my Excel project actually. I mean, it was really great. I mean, uh, when we see the data, you can't really read the data that fast. I mean, if you have it in a visualization form, right, you can really see that uh, with a glance. You can say that.
Great. So I think those are a lot of projects that you have already done in just 2 months of span, right? And I think that's gonna go a long way when you are applying for any companies, or when you're sitting for the placement opportunities, right? So that's very great to hear about all the things that you have done so far. So you talked about the projects and all these aspects, right? So can you just tell us more about how important is it to to keep upskilling and to keep learning in the field of data science? Of course, I think it's a very dynamic field, right? So according to you, whatever concepts you have learned right now, is that enough? Or since data science is a very dynamic field, so you have to keep on learning and keep on increasing your knowledge?
Yeah, keep on learning is important in any field actually. I mean, in this field it's really important because whatever I have learned till now is just a very basic thing that I have learned. There's a till lot to go actually. There are a lot of things that I have to learn, and there are a lot of things that I will be learning even in the future, because it's not a, if I started learning, I will just learn for a year and then start doing my job, whichever I get into. It's not like that. I mean, even though if we learned some things and get into whatever job we got, we have to keep learning, because uh, that helps us to grow even more in the whatever field that we are entering into.
Amazing. So,
Yes.
yeah. So, can you just tell us now that you've completed 2 months, right? And I think it's still a long way to go after the course, and again, once you start your career in data science, right? So, what kinds of goals and aspirations do you have for yourself in the future, both professionally and personally? Because again, both goals can be different yet same at the
Yes.
same time. So, can you just tell us more about your goals and aspirations?
Yeah. I mean, for now, I mean, I'm really not a long time goal planner actually. I mean, I just think for a very short time, and just want to do it, because uh, I'm not clear about what are all the things I want to do in my future, but have kept my options, because when I get into this as I got into this field, right, data science, now my career opportunities will be data analyst, business analyst, or a data scientist. I can grow in that way, or else I can also pursue my MBA and go into consulting field. This will help a lot in that actually. So
Yeah.
I wanted to get into this field, so I chose this one. I have to say, I mean, I really am not sure about what I'm going to do in my future, but
Yeah.
I've kept my options so that I can choose accordingly.
Great. So personally, again, these were some professional goals that you have, right? Like professionally, you want to, achieve these XYZ things. So according to you, what personally do you want to achieve, after you complete the course or, you go for the placement? So what are your personal goals that definitely want to, fulfill?
Yeah, I mean, personal and professional goals actually mix up, like, I mean, uh, I want to get into a very really nice company and be in a very nice role. That's what my goal is for now. That's it. I mean,
Amazing.
it's
So
actually mixed up.
yeah,
Yeah.
great. So now that we are coming towards the end of this thing. So firstly, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to you, for learning the concept so well, and you're already doing great in your great in your learning journey, right? And I really wish you all the best for your future. So before we take up the question from the audience, I just want to understand what are some of the key takeaways and the advice that you want to share with the audience, especially to those who are transitioning from different fields into data science, and for the people who are aspiring to become a data scientist?
Yeah, I mean, if they are aspiring, we will, of course, encourage them, because it's a very vast field, and uh, data. I mean, getting insights of the data and helping the businesses. I mean, this is what I liked in this field actually, so I pursued this. Uh, I mean, if you are in, my suggestion is, if you are really interested in it, do it. I mean, just go for it, because I mean, if you're interested in it, you can, for sure, you can be very good at it. I mean, interests align with your knowledge, then that will help you a lot. That's what I can tell.
Definitely. So, without further ado, we'll just take a few audience questions. So, anybody who's having any more questions, they can just shoot it up in the comment section. And we'll not take up all the questions. We'll just take a few questions and then we'll bind up the session. So, the first question that we have is, can I switch to data science even if I'm from any other background? I think you're the best person to answer this question because
Yeah.
you have done the same, right? So, can you just give a
Yes.
little more detail about the same?
Yeah, I mean, from any background, you can switch into data science field, because this is a field in which anyone can learn and do these things. I mean, even if you're from a IT background, that will help you a lot. But even if you're from a non-IT background, I mean, many of my friends, I mean, at Newton School, many of my friends are from non-IT background. Even though they are from non-IT background, they are doing really well. Newton School has helped them a lot, and they are doing well. I mean, it will help you in the future. That's
Great,
all.
great. Yeah. So we have one more question from Shoaib Khan, that I'm a professional with 7 years of experience in procurement and sourcing. I want to change my domain to data science. Please suggest how can I do that and what will be the impact on my salary? Of course, the salary aspects can be tricky, but then having such a
Yeah.
vast experience in a field can be difficult, right? So what do you have to say about the same?
I mean, age is just a number, man. You don't have to worry about that. I mean, if you're really interested in it, I would suggest you to go for it, because as Anjali told, salary aspect might be tricky, because you can negotiate it based on what are all the things you have learned and what you will willing to learn. Based on these things, you can negotiate the salary with the recruiter. But if you're interested in it, you should really go for that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a really booming
So,
field, and yeah, I mean, it's a really
yeah.
booming field, and has a lot of job openings, and it's really good.
So we also have one more question that from Need Some Space, that can a fresher get a good salary package after becoming a data scientist? I mean, of course, people do ask that.
I
So
can't answer
what do you
that.
have to say?
I'm in that journey actually. Uh, you know. you have to trust the process as well. Just knowing the answer that you will get a promise that you will be offered with a very great salary, that's not the thing you have to focus on. I mean, you have to trust the process, you have to trust your learnings, you have to trust your mentor, you have to trust yourself mainly to get into anything actually. I mean, uh, if you really truly love what you're doing, then you have to learn that and trust yourself and go for it. Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
that's it.
I
Yes.
think skills is more important than
skills
anything else,
really
right?
matter skills really matter, yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
you have to
So we'll
upskill
just take
yourself.
up, yeah.
Yes.
So we'll just quickly take up the last question. So we have one more
Okay.
student who's asking a question that I've been working on DevOps CI/CD and I have had work experience with backend development. In what way can data science be an add-on to my resume? I'm an AWS certified solutions architect and love cloud computing. So I think this is from core Java development and software development field, right? So how can they switch into
Yeah.
data science and how can it be an add-on?
Yeah, I mean, data science may be an add-on for you actually. I mean, because cloud computing, and you have also experience in AWS, right? This will help you a lot, because if you're a data scientist, right, you have to know about cloud computing, and these ETL mechanisms, or pipelines, and all these things. As you are even working on DevOps as well, you would know about the data pipelines, and as you are familiar with AWS, this will help you a lot into getting into roles like data scientist and all these things. It would be really great if you
Great.
try to switch actually. Yeah.
So it's always an add-on. It's always a benefit, right?
Yeah, it's always an add-on,
Yeah,
it's always a benefit actually. Yes.
great. So again, we just have one last question that we'll take up. So we have Divya Agrawal who
Okay.
is asking, is it difficult to learn data science and the tools, especially for someone who's coming from a non-tech background?
Yeah, I mean, as I saw my friends at Newton School, I guess it's not difficult, but the journey will be quite, ups and downs will be there for sure, because you're from a non-tech background. But even then, it's not very difficult. I can say that because when you get into this field, you'll be just learning Excel, Power BI, and all these things, and then you'll get into SQL, Python, and all these things. If you are from a tech background, you will be familiar with those things. That is SQL, Python. I mean, if you are interested in ML and AI things, you will be familiar with those things, but you will not be familiar with Excel and Power BI. Even though you're from non-tech background, you can learn all these things and get into this field actually, because skills is that what matter, not the background that decides your journey. Because if you have that skills, you'll get a job for sure.
Definitely. So I
That's
think
all
to
what I
sum
can.
up, it doesn't matter about which background you're from. It's
Which
all about
background you're from?
how good you are at practicing and the skills that you acquire, right?
Yes,
So I
yes.
think that is something that most of our audience would resonate to and would want to know more about, right? So it was amazing to have this conversation with you, and we thank all of our audience who asked so many intriguing questions. And for everyone who's interested to learn about data science and who want to build their career in the same, you can just head to the description box, and we have put up a sign up link over there. You can just sign up from there, and our counselors will connect with you. They'll solve all your doubts, and they'll just tell you how to do the same, right? So before we wrap up, Varun, thank you so much for being a part of this, AMA session. It was great having the conversation with you, and to know and to learn more about how to transition and what all challenges one can face and how to overcome it is it's always great to hear, right? So thank you so much for joining with us.
Thank you, Anjali. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So we wish you all the best for the future, and let's have more such conversations in the future, right? So thank you so much, and thank you to